You guys, Lisa Vanderpump is here. This is an interview I couldn't not do.
And donut.
And donut.
Yeah. And I wanted to get to you before you popped.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. But you look great. You look great.
Thank you. That's really nice. I believe you. I feel like you wouldn't just say that.
No, you look great. When you said you put on that, I don't believe you put on much weight.
Okay, we don't need to tell them the number that I told you, though.
I'm not going to mention the 500 pounds.
but I was surprised to find out when we were chatting about my pregnancy that you were at your housekeeper's birth.
Yeah, she wanted me there.
She wanted you in the vagina area.
Yeah, well, she didn't actually say, I want your head in my vagina. She just said, will you come to the birth? But I assumed, that I would be down that end waiting, giving her the thumbs up when the baby popped out. But a lot of people that work for me, as you've seen on Vanderpump Rules, and you'll see on Vanderpump Villa, I become very close to them. Yeah. And when they've been there for years, they kind of look at me like a mother figure. Mind you, I was only like 33, 34 when I was there. Like, I didn't deliver the baby, but I was there, and I was there for my brother's
Right, you
wife.
said that too, for your brother's wife. Like, she wanted you and not someone from her family.
Well, my brother was there, but he was up the other end. I was with a hoo-ha down there, and I saw my nephew's head come out and look around, and I love reminding him of that, especially as he was graduating Cambridge. I said, remember, I was the first one that saw you when you were shoulder deep in vagina. Yeah.
I'm sure he loves that. No, because you are such an interesting, complex person, because on one hand, we were talking about donut shedding. You don't care to have dog hair all over you. Mm-hmm. We were talking about the fact that you do your own makeup.
Mm-hmm. I'm very self-sufficient. Right, I am my people.
But yet you're like Lisa Vanderpump on the PJs.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just like, I'm the same person. I think a lot of people, when they kind of venture into reality television, maybe their lifestyle changes so significantly, they change, right? Mm. But when you first met me on Housewives, I was living in a lovely house, driving lovely cars. I mean, we worked hard for it. We'd been married forever and a day. So it didn't really change my lifestyle. Of course, the press attention and things changed, but my life didn't change financially. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm still the same person as I was. And we worked hard to get where we were, and I'll do anything. I'm a scrapper, as Gordon says.
But when, oh my God, you love Gordon. If I was your husband, Gordon. I would be a little bit
I'm sure.
Worried.
Yeah, no, he doesn't need to worry.
No, you talked about Gordon since you came in.
Yeah, no,
you're vibing.
I do, yeah. We've been together 2 months, so I've been at an intense school of Gordon Ramsay-ness.
And you're into it all.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've had more fun playing with him backwards and forwards because English people are so inappropriate. Everybody in America is so mortally wounded. If anybody says anything wrong and you see their therapist and sue somebody, we don't give a fuck.
Right. Even when you asked me how much weight I gained, I was like, oh my God, no one has asked me that because we live in America where, I'm not joking, you guys. Regina knows, she's been with me at every podcast since I got pregnant. It's like I'll walk into a room when my belly was a little bit smaller and like no one will say anything.
They thought you had lunch.
They didn't actually think I had lunch, but they're just too scared to.
Oh yeah, no, I'm a great believer in that unless the baby's actually coming out the vagina, don't say, "Are you pregnant?"
No, yeah, but not because I have family in Israel and my mom's Israeli, so I grew up with the mentality of you say what you think kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then in America, it is hard that everyone's so sensitive.
Yeah, I find it a little too delicate for me, the way we were brought up. I mean, I did say to Gordon, working for 2 months in England on Food Stars, I mean, that we would probably be cancelled if we were shooting the show, in America. Really? The things we'd say were so inappropriate. But I think when you know it's in good humor and you're not sensitive, we just have a lot of fun together. But also it was a business show, so it was also very structured, and we were mentoring these young, incredible, entrepreneurs. So it was a lot of kind of business angst, but it was coupled with a great laugh as well.
So you've been so busy.
Yeah,
Food
so
Stars
busy.
With Gordon Ramsay.
Not as busy as you, though,
Not
darling.
as busy as me.
Yeah.
Vanderpump Villa on Hulu.
Oh, that's everything.
I mean,
escapism. It's beautiful. It's a passion project for me.
Did you actually buy that estate?
No, but I took it to them when I thought I was going to buy it. We thought, I love this place. Why don't we do a show there? And then I met up with Julie Pizzi, Boone Murray, who's a brilliant, brilliant woman, young woman that is just at the top of her game in production companies. And we said, okay, let's do this show together. A chateau, upstairs, downstairs, type of vibe, you know, what's going on behind the scenes, because most people don't ever see that. You know, in
Yeah.
a restaurant, you just see the theater. You don't see the hot messes going on in the kitchen.
So how'd you find all these people? Because they're from everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Well, we put out a casting call. The number one requisite was the fact that they had to be at the top of their game in whatever they were doing. I wasn't going there to teach anybody. They had to be great bartenders. Like, Telly was a great mixologist. Andre was great. You know, Grace, she'd kind of worked housekeeping for many years. You know, they all knew exactly what they were doing because we had to hit the ground running.
Yeah, the housekeeping was the only thing that confused me. Like, those two are really cleaning the whole chateau.
Yeah, that's
Truly?
their job. That's their job.
Like, no other help.
Oh, well, there was help a little bit, but that's why they weren't front. I mean, you know, if they were downstairs production rooms
they're
that were
like
messy.
front of house.
No, they did all the rooms. Yeah, they did the rooms.
Everything.
Yeah,
and they do it well, like the sheets,
yeah,
the bathrooms.
they were great, but they weren't as present. If you notice that, I think maybe they could have had another one to help them, but they were very good. Yeah, and Grace was, you know, she was on the game definitely, and then Emily kind of stepped into the bartending position as well at the end, if you remember.
I like Emily.
Yeah, I like them all. They're all
good.
you
like them all?
I do. Yeah, I
really,
do.
even Marciano?
Yeah, I do. I mean, he acts like he needs direction for sure, but I haven't given up hope on him. You know, he's he can be a bit of a brat. I wouldn't want to be in a relationship with him.
People are calling him and Hannah the Walmart Jackson Stassi.
Oh no.
Yeah.
The
I mean, sometimes Walmart, sometimes they'll just say they're like the new Jackson Stassi.
But they say the Walmart.
I know.
That's a bit unfair, isn't it? But I always say to all of them, what other people think of you is none of your business. You know, just don't get invested in that. Yeah, you can't be on social media looking at what people think. People are nice to me pretty much, but I'm not looking through. People are good to me because I stand up for a lot of kind of passionate things, LGBT rights, dog rights. People love the whole dog thing, adoption, suicide prevention, all those things over the years. So people...
You've managed to balance it.
Yeah. People aren't normally...
Well, I want to go back to the beginning a little bit with you, because you married Ken when you were 21.
When I hardly knew him, yes.
And he was a restaurateur.
Yeah, well, yeah, he was also a playboy. So, yeah, he was like running around, you know, like shagging everybody. And he was like a friend of my brother's, yeah.
And that didn't alarm you that he was a playboy?
I was very alarmed.
Oh, okay.
Of course.
But he won you over too.
Yeah, in 6 weeks we were engaged, and in 3 months we were married.
Wow.
Big wedding as well. Big wedding.
And you were 21.
Like horse and carriages, long, big puffy dresses, bridesmaids.
Wait, he was like really rich already?
No, he wasn't. I mean, we bought our first house together. And no, he wasn't. But he actually did have a house in Ibiza. But he was like 36 years old. He was like a young kind of entrepreneurial businessman. He was a guy around town. He had a nightclub. He had girls' clothes shops as well, so he was in the rag trade.
Wait, so how did you end up being the restaurateur? Like,
well, we both were for years.
Oh, so you were together and then...
Oh, yeah, and I was looking after the children, my priority, but I designed and we got involved. I was always very much part of everything we were doing and designing a lot. I do a lot of the design of everything we do.
Do you think he saw that in you, like when he met you, or he thought you would be just like a housewife raising kids?
Oh, no. I mean, I was a successful young actress when I met him. I bought my own place by the time I was 19.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and didn't have a penny from my parents, just a kick in the ass, good education.
Yeah.
But a kick in the ass, and that was it. No, I bought my own car before I was old enough to drive.
Wow.
I was always tenacious. I always had a job. So I'm all about young people, get going. Don't, sit on your ass and like expect it to happen for you. I had a job since I was, 13. I'd worked my holidays. I was babysitting when I would have left my children with me. I have no idea what people were thinking.
Wait, Lisa, but 21 you get married.
Yeah.
So did you get anything in till 21? Like men and...
Did I get anything in?
Yeah, get any experience.
Is that how you explain it? Dating? Now you're pregnant.
Did you get anything physically in? Like, did have enough
get
life?
any penis in?
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about? Why don't you ask me?
Did you
get
laid?
shagged?
Yeah.
Of course
like you
I
lived
did.
a life before 21.
Of course I did.
Yeah.
But not that many. I wasn't that busy. I was more of a relationship type of person, even as a young age. I had like a boyfriend that I thought was the love of my life, and I left him for another boyfriend that I thought was the love of my life, and then another one was the love of my life, and then I married the love of my life. And then for some unknown reason, it's lasted 42 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
But I'm very honest. I'm always looking for somebody I like better. I just didn't find them.
Wait, so if he was a playboy before you met, were you ever suspicious of him when you were together, or you knew once you got married he would be loyal?
Oh, I would be suspicious of every man on the planet, whoever I was married to, whoever I was dating. Yeah, I would never think that. I mean, he's still a man, isn't he? It doesn't matter just because he's married to me.
Right.
That is, yeah.
Oh, you still like, well, what? Have you ever checked his phone or his stuff?
Oh, I actually have a tracker on his phone. He doesn't even know.
Oh, you're
so
Sheena.
I'll say, hi, how are you? Where are you? And he'll just tell me, and I'll be like,
oh my God.
Oh, but sometimes if he's like being economical with the truth, I'll say, oh yeah, just a friend of ours, just saw you, blah, 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 you know. So, yeah.
Wait, does he know about this tracker or no?
Well, he will now, but he's not going to be listening to this podcast. He doesn't do things like that.
Are you more like technologically savvy than him? Like phone, social media, stuff like that?
Definitely, but there's a lot of people that are much more technologically savvy than me.
Yeah.
In fact, I think all of the Gen Z.
Oh, I mean, yeah. I agree.
I mean, I kind of live on my iPad, but I'm also, one of the things I was saying about Gordon as well is I said to him yesterday, I've never seen you on the phone. He's so present in a way.
Wow.
And I think that's very impressive. And I think that's a thing that this generation should really pay attention to. And that was really good at Vanderpump Villa, no phones, not allowed any phones. You deal with everything, your thoughts within, the group and with each other. So you're not kind of and you can have your phone call every few days or something, because I think you've got to be present in a situation to really evaluate it, understand it, and give it your full kind of, focus.
So back to when you met Ken for a second, and
You're
then
fascinated by this, aren't you?
Yeah.
You like this, don't you? Yeah.
When did you have Pandora? How old were you?
25.
Oh, 25. You were a young mom.
Well, that was.
That was four years.
Listen, yeah, I did get married young. Especially then, people weren't getting married quite as young. And as I walked down the aisle, I've actually written about this in the book that I'm never going to release because I'll never finish it. Every year it's going to be released. No, I'll never finish it. But
someone can help you finish it though.
Oh, yeah, but I don't like anybody else who's I'm a control freak.
Well, you wrote it? Like, it's all
53,000 words I wrote. And then I got a ghostwriter, and I hated their oh goshes and exclamation marks. I thought, no, this isn't, no. Just like, this isn't going to work. So then I took it back, and then I tried again, and then it will just, it'll just sit on this shelf getting dusty.
No, we need you to finish
it. And they should release it then,
No, first of all,
I won't have to apologize for all the shit that I put in it.
That's the thing. If you release a tell-all.
No, it's not a tell-all.
Oh, it's not a tell-all.
No. Oh, no, okay. God. If I tell-all, jeez.
Has anybody read it?
As a restaurateur, tell-all, can you imagine the shit that I know?
Oh, my
That's
God.
why when they would say things like, oh, you've sold a story to Radar Online, it was if anybody talks to Radar Online anyway. I mean, even like my Vanderpump Rules kids don't talk to Radar Online. But, as if I'm going to be giving a story to Radar Online. Give me a break. Do you know the stories that I have up my sleeve after having all the restaurants I've had, after being on tour with the Rolling Stones, after living in LA, after having housewives carried them out the back door?
Wait, what age were you on tour with the Rolling Stones?
Well, you know what? That doesn't matter. But yeah.
Wait, before you got married?
No. Ken was Bill Wyman's best man.
Oh.
Yeah, Pandy was Bill Wyman's bridesmaid.
Oh,
so, I mean, I'm just saying, as an example, all the things I've seen, I wouldn't be giving a story to Radar Online about a puppy that, made my foundation look bad. Because,
Puppygate.
Yeah, exactly. So it's nonsense. I mean, I've got a lot of stories in LA that people come in,
Yeah.
They say they're sober, but they stick a bucket.
But you know that I'm always shocked when I hear about people are like, oh, you sold a story, you whatever. And then sometimes I will hear that it's true. Like recently I heard of a housewife in New York, I won't say who it is, that...
Why not? I'm bearing my soul. Tell me everything.
Well, I'll give enough clues that people will get. But there's a New York City, OG New York City housewife.
All right.
That was, it came out that she hung out with a young Bravo star. Uh-huh. And then I heard for a fact from the publicist that like she told the press, and that like I don't get it. But it happens.
I don't know. A lot of people, I do believe a lot of especially Beverly Hills, have connections to the press. I mean, I don't even have a publicist.
You don't even have a publicist?
No, I don't. And I don't ever read anything. Is that terrible? I almost kind of live in my own world.
Yeah.
If it's something important, like, a lawsuit, because it's the most litigious planet, state in the planet, everybody's kind of like, especially restaurateurs, after them all the time. But apart from that, no, I don't pay any attention to it. I don't know. As I say, what other people are saying about me is none of my business.
What other people are saying about me is none of my
business.
business.
Patrick, will say to me, who's with me now, who, will blow dry my hair while I'm doing my makeup, been on location with Gordon 2 months, been on location with Vanderpump Villa for 2 months, he'll say, oh, did you see that? And then it piqued my interest. Oh, come on, tell me. And he knows all the gossip. I'm like, how do you know all this shit?
Is there anything that can offend you, though, if Patrick shows you something online? Like,
he probably wouldn't show.
That's true. You're smart. No, but is there anything?
Actually, do you?
No, but there's nothing.
Oh, well, he's saying that. There probably is, but I don't know.
I guess, like, yeah.
What would offend me about me?
About you.
Oh, I don't know. I don't really know.
No.
I don't know. I mean, when they say things like, oh, she lied about, like, what? Another thing, one of the reasons I left Housewives, and Andy's been very honest with this, I said at the time, I shouldn't be doing this show this year. I was a very depressed state of mind. My brother had just committed suicide, my only sibling. I was very honest about that. I said, I'll do Vanderpump Rules because I have to go back to work anyway, and it's more of a mentoring thing, but I don't want to do Housewives. I just can't get into it. I was very emotional. I was very like, if there was no milk in the fridge, I was kind of on the edge, and I took antidepressants then for 3 months to try and get over that hump, because I just felt so, he was 16 months older than me. He's like, it was very difficult. So, even now when I think back, I mean, it's like this time of year, it was just a very difficult time in my life. So I shouldn't have done it then. And Andy said, with hindsight, we should have said to you, you don't, take a year off.
Yeah.
But then I'm a religious woman. I mean, I don't go to church often, but we supported the church for years, feeding the homeless, and, go to church certain times of the year. And to me, if somebody says to you, I swear on my children's life that I don't know who did it and I didn't do it. Like, if you said that to me, I swear on my baby's life.
You would believe.
I'd go,
yeah.
Yes. I wouldn't for 1 minute go, Amanda, come on. If you said, no, I swear on both my children's life, I'd say, okay, well, we've got to find out who did. I wouldn't for one moment think that you would be. I don't think a mother does that, or certainly anybody with any principles. So I remember being so frustrated saying, I swear to you on my children's life, doesn't that matter? No. I said, you know what? Get the fuck out of my house. Bang.
I mean, that line.
Go buy a car. Okay,
forever.
Yeah.
But it's so true. I'm a person like that too, where like, not even in the religious sense, but it's like, I want to believe people. So if somebody tells you something, then unless I have a huge reason not to, or some flaming proof, then believe.
Well, I remember
believe
PK,
the person.
when I said that to PK, I met PK and Dorit, and PK went, you know what? Okay, I believe you. If it's good enough for me, Dorit, it should be good enough for you. Mm-hmm. And she went, no, it's not. She said, but we can still be friends. I was like, no, we can't. Guess what? You're not calling me a liar and getting away with it. But you know what? I was ready to be done.
You're ready to be done. Was it toxic for you, that environment?
I know toxic's a big word. I think it's a word that's kind of used. Toxicity. Yeah. What does that mean?
You're right.
I benefited from it. I used it as a platform. I did many things on that show that I would never have had the opportunity to do. So I can't say it was toxic. But did I think having Vanderpump Rules in the second season maybe created a lot of feelings within the group? Maybe that became a little bit toxic. Maybe the kind of negativity. Every other year it'd be coming at you, and I'd show up at these reunions every year. They'd all be against me.
And then you didn't show up
No, I said, listen, the point of reunions, as I said last night to Andy, was, with the intention of reuniting. And I was done. I then and there said I will never come back.
Wow.
Then and there. So there's no if I draw a line in the sand, it's
you're not. It's not. You're not going to do the reunion.
I'm not going to wait. Yeah, no.
But so, are there any of these?
But you're that kind of woman too, I think. If you say, "Bam," that is it.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
I'm not wasting my time anymore.
So none of these women are in your life anymore from Beverly Hills.
Garcelle is, but she wasn't there.
Right.
And I've met Sutton. She was very nice. I've met Crystal. She was nice. But Garcelle, I'm closer to.
Yeah.
Garcelle actually said to me the first time I met her, she said, "Can I ask you a favor?" And I was like thinking, "Oh no," I just met her, and we were having a fundraiser for Haiti, and she's Haitian, and we did this every year. Tom, supporting the plight in Haiti, because one of my managers was from Haiti. And she said, "Can I ask you something? Can I ask you a favor?" I said, "Oh, here it comes. I get asked this all the time." She said, "Can you give my son a job?" I was like, "Oh, no," like this. And then I said, "Well, what does he do?" She said, "Well, I'm like, what does he do in the hospitality business?" She said, "Nothing." I was like, "Oh, fuck off. Don't put that on me, And I said, "Where does he live?" And I thought, because it's going to get complicated to employ somebody's son. And then she said, "Well, he lives in Vegas. And, he really could do with, like, another chance, so to speak." So I said, "All right." Now, I never judge people on what they've done. I judge them on what they're doing, what they're going to do. You know what I mean? So I said, "Okay, let me meet him." I met him. He was so engaging, so personable, so kind of easy on the eyes. And I said to him, "What skill do you have in terms of hospitality?" He said, "Well, none." But it was the way he presented himself. I said, "Well, how do you fancy being the face of Vanderpump Cocktail Garden in Caesars," because he lived in Vegas, and just greeting people and just being nice to them and showing them, you've only got to learn the table numbers. And the next time I came in, he was working out well. He knew the table numbers like that back then. And I remember saying, "I'll actually have that cocktail that I really liked that I had last time." I said, "What was it now? What's I have?" And he went, "Oh, I'm just going to find out." And I went, "This guy has got it going on."
Is he still working for you?
Yeah.
Oh, he is?
Yes, and he can work for me as long as
even
he
after
wants to.
that whole Raquel, Lala, ex-wife.
But he told me, and I believed him. When somebody says, "I promise you," again, I didn't know them that well.
Yeah.
Said, "I promise you, I'm separated," or that whole situation. And also I know, is that baby? Are you like looking a little anxious?
No, oops, I did the. I'm notorious for not cradling the bump. I don't like cradling the bump.
Oh, I'll cradle the bump.
She loves a bump.
I love that feeling of the feet around and pushing it.
You do?
Oh, we would play a game. I was only 25, so I was almost a child, called Chase the Footy. So I could see the foot. When you could see the foot going like that. And if I saw it, we would grab it like that. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And I'm very tactile. I think that's why I need to always have animals. And I'm very passionate about everything. And I'm passionate about flowers. I'm passionate about music. Always have music playing in my house. I like lots of flowers around. I like dogs, puppies. Now, for me to have my first grandchild.
That was exciting.
That is probably, I thought it'd be good, but I had no idea how good it was.
Were you at all concerned about being a grandma, having that title?
Oh God,
making it feel older?
No, he called me Lisa the other day because people were chanting Lisa, Lisa. Well, Dog Day when I was presenting there, and I said, no, you don't call me Lisa. I said because I've waited so long to be called Nanny Pinky. I love being called Nanny Pinky.
Nanny Pinky.
Yeah, I go Nanny Pinky, and that's like.
Wait, why Pinky?
Oh, because I've loved pink,
I know. Regina was like, "You have to wear pink today."
Oh yeah, exactly. But I guess it was limited choices.
No,
now.
it's limited.
But this looks good.
It's okay.
I like it.
Thank you.
So Nanny Pinky. So when he says Nanny Pinky, that's like it's almost like when you feel your heart kind of move. Like that. It's like that.
Do you babysit and stuff?
Oh yes.
A lot.
But she is just like I was as a mother. Very, very possessive. I didn't let anybody put Pandora to bed till she was 18 months old.
Stop.
No, very. And there was not one part of that baby that was not kissed or put in my mouth every day. Sausage rolls, I'd call the feet, the teddy paws, the hands, the wedge wogs here, the feathers here, the furry face. I was like a mother that I loved being a mother. Loved it.
Max is adopted,
Max
right?
Adopted, yeah. Foster care.
From foster care?
Yeah.
How did that come about? Did you ever talk about that?
Just because we thought we'd have one, adopt one, have one. Ken adopted a child for his twin sister many years ago.
Adopted a child for his
twin sister.
What do you mean for her?
Somebody was pregnant that worked for him. This is way back when, right? Because this is, 5 years before we got married. So it's in 82 we got married. So it's probably in the 70s. Somebody was pregnant and married that was work for Ken. And his sister wanted a baby. And she was trying for a baby. And then she got the baby because this woman was giving the baby up. And Ken said, well, I know a great home for the baby. And then, of course, she got pregnant that week and had her own child 9 months later, and then another child 9 months later, and then another child. So then she had 4.
Wait, so your plan was to have one baby, adopt one baby?
Well, we always thought, maybe fostering, we thought it was just a part of something we talked about. But then we had one, and then we adopted Max from foster care, and then it was like we got so busy. And then we were moving, we moved back to England when the children were young from here.
Yeah.
And then we moved to France. And then we tried. And then I thought, I didn't want to have another boy because I felt that Max would feel, I wanted a girl. So we thought, let's try sex selection and have another girl, so that he wouldn't feel they had a girl and a boy of each.
How do you do that?
Well, they get the sperm, so Ken jerks off. He goes into a cupboard.
No, they don't allow that today. You know that you have to be like to do sex selection. I just heard about this. You have to have had 3 kids of the same gender.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, no, it wasn't like that then.
Yeah, then it's probably like,
no, you just go jerk off in a cupboard or do something, I don't know what you do. And then they separate the sperm, and then they, and I thought, okay.
They turkey baster it?
I think so, yeah. I mean, you just put legs in the stirrups and up pops your uncle.
So you tried that way and...
Well, I just thought that I didn't want Max, if I had a boy, to suddenly feel, I'm the adult, so like if I had 2 girls. Yeah, so we tried that once or twice. It didn't happen. And we were so busy opening businesses. Yeah. 2 was enough, yeah.
Yeah.
But now...
You regret it?
I think I'd have liked more.
Really?
I mean, I taught at the children's school for a few years. I'd teach musical theatre and confidence kind of. And, I actually did think then, I wish I'd had like 4 or 5. I think you should pop out.
So you already like sitting on Pandora's neck to have more babies?
Well, she's like me. Again, she's very business driven.
Yeah.
And she's doing, listen, if it happens and they want it, I want what's best for them. But this baby, I'm not biased. He's the most beautiful child on the planet.
How old is he now?
He's 2 and 6 months.
That's a cute age.
Yeah. And everything that he's just,
you're obsessed.
Yeah, I am.
That's so cute.
I mean, I have like a little play school at Villa Rose, so, that he can come over with his friends and, I love him madly. And they're very, very good parents. They're very good parents. Pandora and Jason, very good parents. He's the happiest baby.
Aww.
I've literally seen him cry a few times. And when he does, breaks my heart.
Yeah.
I try and see him like every day, every other day.
Every day?
And yeah, pretty much. They live 100 yards from me.
Oh, 100 yards.
That's too far.
Do you go there or they come to you?
I'm kind of really mostly snooping around outside their house.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, trying to get in, yeah.
Lisa, I have to talk to you about Vanderpump Rules.
Are you sure your tummy's not bothering you?
No,
you
it's
look
not.
Like, is it the baby moving?
I mean, he moves all the time, but
Does
I'm fine.
He?
Yeah.
Don't you love that?
I'm over it. Do you?
Do I want it? No. It's going to have to come out.
Do you want this baby?
Yes. Okay, I would love that baby.
You know how they tell you at the doctor's like, count movements, which I'm so lucky, knock on wood, but I don't need to count it because it's all day like
just going up. But
you know what I mean?
That feeling.
Yeah. But I don't have to like pay attention or count. Luckily, because
what about hiccuping? That's the best thing, isn't it? Have you felt that?
Him hiccuping?
Yeah, inside. It goes like
no,
that.
I haven't.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and when you talk about VPR, I want you to know it's my favorite
guilty pleasure
show on Bravo. Like, I know people die for Housewives and, but Vanderpump Rules, I remember when I started watching it, binging it.
Listen, whenever you meet a housewife, especially from Beverly Hills, I want you to make sure you tell them that.
Oh, they'll die, huh? I'll tell you what, I really had never seen a show that was... So real. I mean, you can't recreate that anymore, right? It's like they were already working there. You had this idea transitioned so beautifully. The cheating, everyone having sex with each other. I mean, I couldn't. To this day, I'm like, even if there's an off season and people start talking, I'm like, we commit, we die for it.
Well, I mean, I think the interesting thing I had a lot of people working for me at the time, but it was about a group of friends ostensibly. It was about authentic relationships. And I loved that about that. And there was this nucleus that kept bringing them back together. Whereas the nucleus in Vanderpump Villa is the fact that they're all living there anyway. Whereas these people would go home, but they were still friends. So you had this authentic relationship. And I think both scenarios are equally interesting. You know, Vanderpump Villa, they're all suddenly put together in this, you know, small kind of staff. And that kind of really is impactful, the way it changes the dynamic and the machinations between all the kind of feelings. But with Vanderpump Rules, there was this kind of raw energy about them that, and I think Stacey kind of set the stage for that. She was very open to, you know, she didn't give a shit. I mean, she's like James Kennedy. I am going to say what I'm going to say, and I don't care if there are cameras over there because I'm just going to do it. That's how she was. And that kind of set the stage for a great reality show. And then there was obviously the kind of fractious relationship between her and Jax.
Do you still talk to Stacey at all?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
Really?
I like Stacey a lot. I think Stacey's always had so much potential, and it was very sad, you know, when she was let go.
Yeah.
And it was a sign of the times of what was happening in the zeitgeist, you know, the whole kind of movement of people just saying, no, this isn't right. And, you know, and I understood their decision.
Yeah.
But
did you try to fight for her or no?
It was, the decision was made.
Yeah.
It was made. It was way up above when it was people, you know, it was a knee-jerk reaction.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, maybe it wasn't Bravo thought it through, but I wasn't part of that. But I couldn't stop it. It was like a runaway train. So I'd always said, I prefer people, I think young people make mistakes. That's part of growing up. You know, they say the wrong things, they get it wrong, they spend too much money, they drink too much, they do, you know, everything's in excess, you know, they think they're, and she thought she was, you know, she was kind of, not impenetrable, but, you know, she was, that nothing could harm her.
She thought she was invincible.
Yeah, invincible, yeah. That's what I'm looking at. And, you know, for me, I'd rather watch young people learn from their mistakes. Like, we're saying, okay, Marciano's an arsehole. Yeah, he might be acting like that. But a lot of men have acted like a prat, you know, throughout their younger years, and they come through it and they understand. That's what I would rather see. I want to see growth in people. I mean, look at James Kennedy. How many people
You love James, huh?
I love James. Now, does he get it wrong? Yes, but look at the growth.
Would you ever think that James Kennedy would be getting the love that he's getting now? I mean, it took years.
Yes, I thought he had potential.
Yeah.
And he's probably the most interesting, along with Stacey, reality star that I've ever worked with.
I mean, I remember not only like social media growth, but everything. It was like stumped. Like people weren't connecting. People thought he was awful. And he's had a season or a couple seasons of really people falling in love with him.
Yeah, James he's like an open book. He's very interesting. The fact that what he's thinking, he says. And I don't like it when people say no filter, that's just an excuse for being rude.
Yeah.
He almost can't stop himself. And I just, so there's been a lot of talking to him, and drink is his worst enemy. He should never drink again. I've been very honest with him about that. It's like fur literally grows on the inside of his palms when he drinks.
Yeah, he's really, it looks like he's doing well.
Yeah.
And you like his girlfriend, Allie?
Very much.
Yeah.
Very much.
Did it break your heart when she was like not sure about wanting marriage and babies with him and stuff?
Well, you know, I mean, it's pretty quick and it is a lot to handle, but I know he truly, truly loves her. And he'll always be a lot to handle. But you
why
know,
is he so emotional? Like, he's so emotional. He was emotional over the Sandoval stuff, which I didn't really understand. Like, is he emotional over Raquel still? Did you think, or was he emotional over
he
Sandoval?
felt like duped by his very good friend because he always revered Tom Sandoval and looked up to him as a big brother.
Yeah.
And I think he felt that, you know, she'd been James's partner, and he felt that just the deceit, it was just too much for him.
So it wasn't about her, it was more about him.
I think he's so in love with Ali now.
Yeah.
I think he loves hard. He's that guy, you know, like once he's in it.
You were also, I mean, Scandoval is obviously, people are starting to get over it.
Please, God.
I know, but you were,
you know,
I've agreed with you a lot. You were very much like, you know, not seeing Tom's side. He has no side in this, but you were trying to not have people kill him out on the streets.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, we were talking about Adele in a concert would be talking about that piece of shit Sandoval. And
right.
I was at White House at dinner and they were talking about that piece of shit Sandoval. And I was like, how much can one person take?
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, you know, even now, as I say, with Vanderpump Villa, they're reacting to, you sometimes people are assholes. They are. And, they don't get literally the headlines in CNN, for God's sake. I mean, what's going on in the world? Well, it wasn't going on at the time, but, it became a little too overreactive. And I worry about people's mental health. I've always worried about people's mental health, young people. I think the pressure gets too much when you're on that platform. Like we talk about the kids in Vanderpump Villa, they've got to just think, okay, everybody's got an opinion, but it doesn't mean that it's got to affect your life, it's like, let it go, I just think it was very important. I've been an advocate for suicide prevention, being on Trevor Project PSAs and talk to them, never thinking it would affect my life. But, my brother, when he was depressed, and then it was too late, and I saw Tom talking to me about suicide ideation. That scares me more than anything.
Yeah.
To have somebody thinking there's no way out, and that this too shall pass. I kept saying, this too shall pass. And there were many people that have been... what's the percentage of people that have had affairs and been adulterous? It was just the way he did it. Hurt Ariana. It was with her friend. But so many people have been in that situation. Yeah. They haven't been, slaughtered.
So what would you say then was so different about this that he was slaughtered?
Because I think Vanderpump Rules has always been an open book. I think it's always been that they felt the audience, they were part of it. They understood all the relationships. They knew what was going on with Tom and Ariana, and they felt deceived as well as Ariana. I mean, Raquel would look Ariana in the eye, and that's what I didn't understand. Yeah. Saying, what's your sex life like?
Yeah, that's diabolical. That is crazy. That's on a whole other level.
Exactly. So she would ask her, how's your sex life with Tom? All the time she was sleeping with him.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And that, to me, I think people were reacting to that. I think the duplicitous, and the fact that Ariana, God bless her, was absolutely vociferous in her defense of Tom, saying he would never do that. She's my friend. He's my boyfriend. They would never do that. And I'm like, she's in the jacuzzi. Like, she would never do that. And so suddenly it all kind of fell apart. And I think people were very angry. I think the audience felt duped. I think they felt defensive of Ariana, and the whole thing kind of,
And people also never really liked Sandoval. Do you know that? Like, the audiences always kind of...
were on the periphery with him.
Yeah, with like Stassi and with, Katie hated him always. And I feel like the audiences, because I remember watching it and trying to be a Tom Sandoval apologist before the cheating, being like, you guys, like, why do you hate him? Like, he's a good friend to Schwartz. Like,
that's one thing I said, well, hold on a second. He's been an extraordinary friend, an extraordinary asshole in this circumstance, but an extraordinary friend to many of them. Like you saw James. Look at James's engagement.
And look at Sheena, though.
Look at Sheena.
Wait, what's happening with Sheena that she's so upset? Is this over him?
I think she loved Tom as a friend, and they worked together for years before they were on Vanderpump Rules in Villa Blanca, my restaurant there in Beverly Hills. But like, there's this guy who works, this really like this 6'6" black guy that works for me, who's just so charming. Israel, and he was on in Schwartz and Sandy's for a while. And I remember him telling me the story of how he didn't have any money, and Tom sending him money so he wouldn't have to sleep on the floor. And nobody knew this, but that is Tom Sandoval. He can be a very good friend and very caring. I always saw that. James saw that.
Yeah, Sheena.
Sheena saw that. So there's a lot of good in Tom Sandoval, just not the part he put in Raquel.
It's not all bad. So for the Vanderpump series finale of this season, we got worried. There was a montage. It was giving final season. Andy clarified that it's not. Is there anything you can tell us about it?
Well, I'm very busy right now. I'm opening a new restaurant in Flamingo in Vegas in September next to Gordon again. I don't know what we keep each other.
I'm gonna call Ken after this and be like, Ken, you
Ken
need to track. You need to track Lisa on your phone.
But he doesn't know I track him. So
right, so we can't. Okay, exactly. But no, she loves Gordon. That's something
Yeah, but it's also very competitive.
Yeah,
it's very.
Well, maybe that's why you like it so much.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. The business thing is like we're like right, I'm going to do this, I'm going to get you. You know, that kind of fires up the competition between us. But it's been like that.
Okay, so you're opening a restaurant, Flamingo by Gordon.
But that's just because we're both in Caesar's Palace in the renovation of the Flamingo. You sure you haven't got any cramps?
Lisa.
Like, what is that?
Lisa,
like contractions?
It's a little like thing.
I think it's happening. It's happening. Take your trousers off. Let's get it done.
I would give anything.
On. And then if it's a boy that comes out, you've got to call it Lisa. I don't care. Or Vanderpump. You call it Vanderpump.
We will think of something.
Or Vander, yeah.
I'll use an L. How about that?
Yeah.
I'll use an L in the name.
Yeah, come on then. I mean,
listen.
Sure, it might happen because I will cancel my flight.
It's not comfortable.
It's not.
I won't lie to you.
Well, so you think it could be happening?
No, I think it's not comfortable at this stage. You know, 38 weeks.
I know that. I popped Pandy out at 38 weeks. Yeah. And, you know, the last 2 weeks, it's okay. It doesn't really count. You're fine to do it today if you want now.
I know.
But hurry up because I have to be on this flight.
When's the flight?
Like 3:30. You've got like half an hour.
No, well, we are hurrying up.
Okay. No, I meant with the baby.
So then,
I don't mean hurry up the podcast.
She wanted to come out during the podcast.
That would be great.
Wait,
a little bit of champagne.
Yeah.
You're going to have sex, a little bit of champagne and spicy food.
Okay.
But there's nobody here for you to have sex.
I'm trying to not tell my husband
the
sex trick because then he'll get really excited.
There's Patrick's here, but he doesn't really float in that direction. No, he doesn't do that.
Wait, but Lisa, because I asked you if it was giving series finale, and you're saying then you went into you being busy. So what are you telling us?
Well, I'm busy. They want to bring it back later. It's on hiatus. The whole thing has to breathe a bit. Let everybody have their life, go about and stop talking about Scandoval, and let's get on with life a little bit. A lot of things are happening. I mean, let's be honest. With this group, you could film them 52 weeks a year. You could. Yeah. Because it's an authentic story where they're all in and out of each other's vaginas and lives all day long.
Do you think Ariana is gonna, because she's doing massively well, you think I could see her saying, I don't need this anymore. Would that be smart of her or
I think it would be brave of her because she's been, you know, a cast member for a long time and your pay kind of goes up exponentially as long you stay on a show. But if she could find a job in musical theatre, which is hard to do, though, let's be honest.
Did you see her in Chicago?
I wasn't here.
Right. She's not on right now.
She's coming back, though. She's coming back.
Are you going to come for it?
I don't know. I'm so busy. I don't know. I'd like to see her, though.
She might be. I felt like at the first part of the reunion, she might be a little bit upset with you.
Is she? No.
I don't know. Maybe because you were a little Team Tom.
No, definitely not on Team Tom. I'm on Team Vanderpump Rules. I'm on Team Mediator, Team Facilitator. No, I can't feel I'm on Tom's team because I was disgusted by the whole thing.
You were.
I mean, I just the whole thing felt very grubby. It felt insidious to me. I didn't. But when Tom was really struggling, we were like 2 or 3 months in. By then, I was just like, "This is too much.
We need to."
Yeah, we need to. Yeah.
And between
like, look, if you had kids, like, look at them like your kids, and you've got, not that you're going to have that, but say you've got 8 kids, and you've got 7 against 1, and one's been really naughty, and one's behaved like an asshole, and one said, "Okay, I know I was wrong, but," and you keep saying, "Stop saying but." Just say, "I know I was wrong, and I'm sorry." Don't keep saying you did this and you did that. So you've got 1 kid and you've got all 7 kids. What would you do?
No,
as a mother, you'd be like, "Okay, guys, listen, let's look for the good in this person that you loved for years."
Yeah.
You wouldn't be like, "Yay, go after him, go after him."
Right.
I understood that she didn't want to be around him. That's up to her.
Yeah.
If Ken did to me what he did to her, I wouldn't want to be next to his house either. But nobody understood why they're still living in the same house.
That is crazy. That's crazy.
Because I would have the house, and he'd be singing soprano in a bedsit somewhere with no money.
People were mad at her though for leaving the last episode. I didn't understand. They wanted her
to have the conversation.
But did you understand why she didn't want to?
Well, would you?
Yeah.
Would you want to have the conversation?
No, I'm saying I understood her. It made sense, everything she was saying on that front.
But they felt, for the show, they put everything out there.
Yeah, so put that out there.
And they felt that if she can live in the same house, I think.
Yeah.
They felt, like, come on, you can't keep saying, "I'm not talking to you." People want to know how you feel.
Right. So were you disappointed that she chose to leave?
Well, Yeah, but I was in France on Vanderpump Villa at the time.
You were like, I wasn't there to stop it.
I wasn't there. No, I wasn't there. I mean, it was the last day of shooting. And listen, it's up to them to make their decisions.
Yeah.
This show isn't produced, you do this and you do that. I mean, of course, producers would like you to put everything on the table. But if you're not going to, you're not going to.
Yeah.
We're certainly not going to say you can't leave till you said it.
Lala was really upset.
She still is in the reunion. You'll see it.
I know.
But, you know...
Does she have a point?
This is what I don't like, the claims against Bravo. The fact that, oh, you're made to drink. But no, I'm not. You've seen me on reality television for 15 years in my restaurants, in my bars.
Wait, who said you're made to drink?
Oh, they were talking about, the producers ply with drinks and Bravo and stuff. I mean, you drink if you want to drink.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you've seen me drunk probably once in 500 episodes where I say, I'm going to take a couple of shots to celebrate the opening of Tom Tom. Woo, let's get drunk. Bang, bang. But if you don't want to drink, you don't drink.
Yeah.
Right? I don't do anything I don't want to do you?
No. I mean, and Lala's sober, James is sober.
Exactly.
But do you think Lala has a point in her getting so angry about it? I feel like, to me, Lala can convince me to, like, kill somebody. Like, I feel like whatever I said this to her face.
Yeah, courage. She speaks with great conviction.
Yeah, I say to her face, like, even when you're wrong, you're right. Like, even when she's saying such wrong shit.
Oh, have you met her?
Yeah, I went to see Chicago
Ariana
with Lala.
Or Lala. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I like Lala a lot.
Yeah.
I think she's...
Well, Lala was, she was another one that was going to walk away. I was like, you get back here. Got a lot of potential. I see it and get back here.
I think she's like such a great reality TV star and has so much charisma.
She was going to walk away from it. I'm like, no, I'm not letting you do that.
That was good. But are you sad that her and the friendship with Katie and Ariana are kind of on the outs?
These are, these young people, by the time, their friendships change. I was going to say more often than I change my underwear, but that's not true.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, like you change your socks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like it moves so quickly.
Yeah.
Before you know it, they'll be. But at the time, they have very valid feelings, and I think they should, express them. There's no bitterness. I think.
I saw and Watch What Happens Live. Anne was there bartending. She was Tom Sandoval's assistant. Now she's kind of with Katie and Lala. Anne has representation. I saw in her bio she has like an agent, a manager. Anne's trying to get in there.
Yeah.
What's your feeling on that?
She's been stolen from Sandoval by Ariana.
Yeah.
In fact, I said if she could be stolen from Tom, could I steal her from Ariana? She went for me. I don't have an assistant, but not that I want one or need one.
You don't have an assistant?
No.
Really?
Yeah, I am my people.
So who runs your errand? Like you run your own errands, your own shit?
No.
Oh, so who does it?
Well, I have a housekeeper.
Oh,
but not an assistant.
An assistant.
Pandora does a lot with me because we're in business together. But no, I'm like pretty self-sufficient.
So when you see all these young people have assistants, are you like judging?
It's kind of weird for me when they're on Vanderpump Rules and I have to speak to their assistant when I don't have one.
No, stop. What, they make you go through their assistant?
But you know what I'm saying. They'll go, oh, my assistant will bring it over. And I'm thinking, oh, yeah, well, my assistant will bring it over too. But no, I mean, I have a big company. I mean, but I like to keep my hands on everything.
So I wanted to know your thoughts on the Anne situation.
Oh, I think she loves it. She's gleeful for the camera time.
Duh.
And if she loves it so much and she's a good assistant, well, there's room for her on the show.
Yeah.
Maybe I should employ her. I told her that last night.
You did?
She
probably died. She had a heart attack if you said that to her.
Well, if you were stolen from Tom, I could steal from Ariana. She was like, oh, yes. But I don't
Oh, my
think
God. I hope not.
No, it's not going to happen.
Before you go, I want to ask you some random questions.
Like, why aren't you at Bergdorf Goodman right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you still smoke cigs?
No.
Not even with a little cocktail?
No.
Really?
No. Probably last time I had a cigarette was
Patrick
on
is thinking.
Housewives.
No cigs?
No. I mean, if I lived in Europe, maybe I would have, but no. I haven't had a cigarette for years.
For years?
Should we have one now?
I would.
Just before you know, you can't.
So
baby.
For years, I feel like I saw a photo with you with like a cigarette.
No, the last time I had one, I think, was on a trip when they all beat me up and screamed at me, and I stole one from a producer and thought, fuck it, and had a cocktail and a cigarette.
Oh, really? Okay.
No, I don't.
So what is your biggest vice?
I used to. Oh, I'm a big chocolate person. Like, I'd like to get that under control, yeah. Yeah, probably.
chocolate person?
But I drink. I mean, like when it makes me laugh, even like at the upfront. So like, oh, let's do a picture, Lisa. And you're holding it like an Aperol Spritz or a glass of wine. They go, oh, take the drink. I'm like, why would you take the drink? Like, I have a glass of wine.
Yeah.
Why do I care about somebody taking a picture of me with a glass of wine in my hand?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
They do that.
Yeah, why do they do that?
I don't know why they do that.
Who cares if you got a glass of wine in your hand?
I don't know. Maybe it's like you're working, you know?
I
don't know, but I've seen that happen.
I'm in the bar business. I'm in the restaurant business.
Right, that is
we
true.
drink alcohol. I sell alcohol. I don't care.
Okay.
But I only drink probably 2 drinks a day. And I mean, that to a lot of people think is a lot. But to me, I probably have 2 glasses of wine.
Every day?
Yeah, I do.
Red or white?
Depends what I'm eating.
Okay. Okay, where would you rather go on a Sunday? Schwartz and Sandy's?
Oh, God, the
Jax's
other place.
or something about her?
Oh, God. Well, I love Schwartz.
You love Schwartz?
I do.
Oh, yeah? He's one of your top people?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I love Schwartz. I had dinner with him last week. Actually.
Really?
Yeah.
He's looking good. He was on my podcast. I was like, okay, glow up.
Oh, when was he on?
He was on like a couple months ago.
I hope for Schwartz that he gets to a point where he can actually say what he's thinking and do what he's supposed to be doing without worrying about anybody else. That's what I hope for him.
Yeah.
You know.
Because he's a smart guy.
He's very smart. He's articulate as well.
I mean, he has a huge vocabulary.
Yeah, I like him a lot.
Wait, you didn't pick a place? Schwartz and Sandy's?
Well, something about us not open yet, so I can't really judge that. Jax's place, no. So, yeah, I guess I'll pick Schwartz and Sandy's.
Who would you rather be stuck on a deserted island with? Brandy Glanville,
no, hold on a second.
Kyle...
You've got to give me something good, like one good person.
Wait, how do you know?
I don't like the way
done.
this is going.
No, it's not
like
good. You're not.
Okay,
no.
go on then. Brandy Glanville, yeah.
Kyle Richards or Lisa Rinna. Stuck
Very
with.
difficult.
Yeah.
Stuck with. For how long?
Like, they'll save you in like 5 days.
Oh, I couldn't last 5 days with any of them. I just couldn't. I have to plead the fifth and pass.
You couldn't?
No. Oh God, no.
Stop.
No, I couldn't. I couldn't think of anything worse. Hold on. Let me think if I can think of something worse. No, I can't.
Okay, dying in the plane crash would be worse.
God forbid! I'm just about to get on a
flight. No.
God,
in the hypothetical plane crash that got you on the deserted island.
No, I couldn't.
Okay, you can't even think about that question.
No, I couldn't. No. Oh, no.
Damn. You were so close with Kyle.
Well, I thought I was.
Yeah.
But that's obviously not a friendship.
Did you ever say what you thought of her and Morgan?
And what?
What's her name? Morgan? Morgan.
In Morgan.
Kyle and Morgan. Her
Morgan.
Yeah.
Oh, the young woman that she's having an affair with.
Oh, okay.
Is she or not? I don't know.
I think so.
Oh, I don't know. Is she? I did say I don't care who she's munching on. That was quoted.
Yeah.
Because I don't
you
know,
don't care.
and I don't care. Does anybody care really? Like,
that's
why I don't understand about the whole gay thing.
I think people wouldn't. I think people would be down with it.
You know what?
If it
Amanda,
was,
you know what it is?
What is it?
People aren't interested in what you're doing. They're interested in what you're hiding.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
So if she said, "Hey, I'm sleeping with this woman,"
people would be down.
And people after 3 or 4 times would be like, "Shut up already. We don't care." But if it's ambiguous, then it's like, but maybe she's doing that for a reason. I don't know.
Right. Maybe she wants people.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not, like you've got, I don't know. Listen, I'm not surprised.
You're not surprised at all of it. Okay.
No.
If you had to
keeps
hire
it relevant and topical, I'm not surprised.
Oh. Okay. There's a rhyme and a reason for everything. If you had to hire one person back.
No.
For
None of them.
For Sir.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Jax, Stassi, Kristen, Tom Schwartz, or Lala?
Oh, Lala, Schwartz, not Kristen, not Jax, no.
You really never liked Kristen.
No.
Ever.
No.
I remember even on the show before, you never vibed with her.
No.
Why?
Well, I thought it was very nice to her to put her on my show.
No, but there was something.
Look, I did bring the group to the casting. Like, it was only those people that auditioned, really. I mean, we saw other people, but she was part of the group. But I always felt Kristen was right in the middle of everything and liked to stir things up. Like, even as waitress, she would make things more complicated than it was. That's what I don't like. I like people that make things simple. But, no, I didn't dislike her. I just didn't, But I knew that she was part of that friend group, and I wanted her to be part of the cast,
Even today,
I'm producer on the Valley, so, you know.
You're a producer on the Valley? I didn't even realize that.
I produce porno as well.
I was thinking, I
don't really.
I didn't think you did.
Okay, good.
But no, I was just thinking about the Valley because it's doing well. Like, I'm surprised at how much I'm into it. You know, people are very into the show. At first, you're like, I can't get down with new people. Then you get down with the new people.
Well, people said that about Villa, didn't they? They were like, oh, no, we can't.
People
don't have room in our life for new people. And then they check into the French countryside and they're like, oh, I like being here.
I feel like with the Vanderpump Villa, it wasn't also too many people. And it's also, like you said,
it was a lot. Amanda, it was a lot. It was 12.
But they're all like there and they live there.
That's it. So you were checking into that hotel, you know, like as a viewer.
Yeah.
And you're immersed in the French countryside with all the flowers and the beauty. Yeah. And you think, oh, I quite like being here. I like it. I like it.
And how was it for you living there?
Oh, listen.
Did you bring anybody with you?
I had time away. Oh, of course. My teddy paws would not get away from Nanny Pinky.
Wait, Teddy was there running around?
Of course. Teddy's my life. He makes a cameo in it. Pandora. Listen, when we first started doing it, I said, can Pandora, and you think they're probably thinking, oh my God, talent's daughter, what a pain in the ass. And I'm a producer on that show. I said, can she, within 3 days, they were like, oh my God, she's got to be a producer. She's so amazing. She ended up being supervising producer.
Really?
Pandora, because she came out of my vagina, just like your child. It's going to be like, they're all children are different. I love them all. I love Max and Pandy
but she's
very differently.
Like you.
She's very much like me.
If she ever showed an interest in like being though like a reality star,
oh God, no, she wouldn't. No.
She wouldn't.
No.
So she's not like you in that way.
No, she's more like the mother in our relationship. She's super smart, chastises me all the time.
You know what I just saw a clip of? Speaking of Kristen, which is why I thought about you not liking her, is she was...
Well, I don't not like her, I just...
You don't vibe. You don't vibe. But she was saying in this podcast of hers recorded like 6 months ago, she was doing like a rewatch. She was calling Pandy's accent fake and saying that she turns it on
Pandy's British, like...
And she was like, and what's funny about Kristen is when she says something bad, she says it. She's like, I love Pandy, but like, oh my God, it makes me want to like throw up when she does her fake British accent because she.
But I think she's a little confused. I think Pandora.
She fell on her head.
Pandora, yeah. I mean, Pandora sometimes. The only thing I think she might do is put on a little bit of an American accent when she's with her American friends. She did that. I mean, she went to school in France, south of France, for many years.
Yeah.
And she went to the Cheltenham College ladies' school, Cheltenham Ladies' College, which is like the kind of most formal English school. So she was in America till she was like 8 or something. And then she came back to America when she was 19. So obviously... And her parents are British, so obviously her accent's British.
Yeah.
As is Max. You know, they both have a British accent. But sometimes I would see, even at college, if she was talking with her, she would put on a little bit of American accent just to kind of,
So she got it twisted. It's the other way around.
Yeah, but she gets everything twisted, Kristen,
When you see her on the Valley making a mess of everything,
I expect
are you shocked that
No, I expect it. Yep, there she goes
So
again.
it's a good reality star, though.
I can't say yes.
You can't say yes even to her being a good reality star.
No.
Lisa, you hate her.
All right. No, I don't hate her.
You hate her as much as you love Gordon Ramsay.
No.
The hate.
No, she doesn't stimulate really. In fact, too much time has been given to her now. I'm glad that she's on the show.
Yeah.
I'm glad that she's doing, she's being herself. But she's never been somebody I've thought, oh, I love this person.
Yeah. That was your gut, kind of, from the beginning. So on Vanderpump Villa, who's your favorite? Who's in your heart? Who's your James Kennedy?
Well, it was pretty quick. We were only there like 2.5 months.
It's a while, though, to be with them there.
I mean, I think Hannah and Marciano, maybe they're getting a rough time, but Marciano can be so charming. I mean, maybe you haven't seen his best, you've seen his worst.
He needs to maybe stop with the eyebrow waxing and the, like, face oil or something.
Face oil?
I don't know. He's too, like, the tight pant. It's not doing it for me, like, sexually.
Yeah, well, you're pregnant.
I know, but I always need to, when I look at, I need to like imagine, like, would I be into him? No.
You're pregnant.
Yeah.
Yes. You're about to give birth.
So what? I can't have thoughts?
No, you can't.
Okay.
You can't.
Okay, I can't have thoughts.
Not for a minute,
so
anyway.
Hannah and Marciano are leading. Telly, I feel like, is interesting.
Yeah, I like Telly, but Telly did quite a lot of I Want to Go Home, which was, because I see in Telly, I wanted her to be, my star.
Yeah.
She's like bright and beautiful and feisty. So her saying, I want to give up, I want to give up, I want to go home.
You don't like that?
I want her to, have tenacity in whatever she does.
And Hannah and Marciano, really,
they're good.
Yeah.
They're good.
And they're giving.
Yeah, they're giving, they're good, they're fun. Give me anything, but don't give me boring.
So is Vanderpump Villa going to come back?
You're having your baby soon. I don't. I can't answer.
I know. So we're hoping.
I can never answer that. But I think they loved it. Yeah.
But so much coming up for you.
A lot.
You've been busy.
Just opened my new restaurant, Lake Tahoe Wolf.
Oh, an excuse to come out to Lake Tahoe.
Which they say could be one of the most beautiful restaurants ever. Vanderpump Paris, my last one was, I think, 11th most photographed restaurant in the United States.
Are you ever going to slow down, Lisa?
Oh, yeah.
Not yet.
No.
Do you see it ever happening?
At some point, yes. I think you have this dream of I'll sit around, do nothing. And then, like you said earlier, this
crazy.
Is why you're here, 9 months pregnant, doing this.
Right.
I have a lot of energy.
You do?
Yeah, I do.
Well, you're the best, Lisa. I really am so happy to have had you on the show.
Right back at you.
What a cool fucking human. Oh my God.
Well, thank you. You know what? I don't have many regrets. I wish, as I say, maybe I'd have more children. But I try to live my life with humor and grace, certainly. But and try to kind of make the right decisions. Young people always interest me,
Yeah.
I'm seeing that. And
you don't get over it. Whenever I'm watching the show and people come to you or they tell you the tea or they tell you the gossip, and I'm like, how is she still like in it? Like you can listen to the bullshit and the drama and the these issues between these people, and you're still like, does it give you life? Like it gives you...
No, but I do think something that, like people say to me, oh, you're funny. Where do you... It's because I listen. Because normally if you're funny, you're bouncing off something that's just been said, right? So you're kind of turning something... So I listen. I'm very engaged. That's what people say. When you talk to me, I feel like I'm the only person in the room.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I think it's a shame for Gen Z, the fact that they are stuck on their phones and the fact they're missing out on the nuances. I've sat there with my nephews and watched a film with them and seen them. I said, did you not just see that? That's an integral part of the storyline that you've just missed because you're looking at your phone. And I think you're very engaged, and I think that is something that I really, really encourage. Listen to people.
Yeah.
You learn a lot. When I had my podcast very briefly in COVID, the people, they always had a story to tell,
Would you do a podcast again?
If I had time, I would.
Yeah.
But I would want it set up in Villa Rosa, because I love being home and I don't get any time at home at all.
I mean, you could do that. I feel like we could make that happen.
Yeah, I could do. But right now I've got so many other things on my plate, yeah.
Well, everybody, go binge Vanderpump Villa if you haven't. It's all on Hulu. She has a new Hulu family.
Yeah, I love it. And they treat me like a queen.
Some PJs.
Yeah, they're great. They are great.
You're living. Yeah. Does Bravo get jelly?
I don't know. They didn't know. I'm still back in Bravo's clubhouse.
You are.
And I'm a big advocate of Andy Cohen,
You love him.
Yeah, I do. I mean, he's like, I sometimes like, why the fuck didn't you defend me when they're, but I guess he can't, if they're, got housewives on there and stuff.
But you can tell who he loves.
I feel like the fans love him. And I was very indignant about all these accusations coming against him because I didn't believe any of them.
Well, he's got your support.
Totally. 1000%.
Well, thank you, Lisa.
Can't wait to see all the shit.
What? You want me to? What do you? Okay, jalapenos.
It would be.
What are we doing?
Well, it's sex, but Patrick's the only one that can oblige. It's sex, something spicy, and some champagne.
She needs this baby out.
Oh, I would love that. Come on, that would be our moment, and we could film. Look, hold on, close up. Can you close up on her vagina quickly, please?
Well, I'm so excited
to
watch.
Just take your trousers off. Give it a little push.